I'm opening up the energy field. I've actually been feeling this one coming through for the past 2 days or so, and at first I didn't know what it was. I'm expanding the energy field, creating more space. There's already a very beautiful silence here. A silence that's not dependent on lack of noise. Just creating a climate of receiving within the energy field. Settling any mental noise. Clearing any peripheral worries. And allowing all of this to just be suspended for the duration of this transmission. Energy is flowing more freely. So for some reason, there's just more ability to receive than usual, which is amazing. Just trying to figure out what I'm seeing to clear. Okay, so what's coming forward is like imprints on the energy body from where one has felt like an outcast, or one has felt like you do not belong. So where there's just, it's kind of difficult to describe. It's like these imprints on the energy body where separation has been very pronounced. And one has felt this like palpable feeling of like not being at home. I'm clearing that. So there have been certain situations in one's life that have occurred, and you just kind of find yourself feeling like this is, like, how could this happen? Some kind of event that feels so non-native to your energy body. Maybe something shocking or something that your energy body just can't digest. The heart is responding. So events that have denied the unity of things. It's like stuff that has happened that you kind of just felt like this isn't right, but it's a deeper intuition. It's like a deeper feeling of this isn't right, or this isn't what I'm used to, or this isn't in alignment with what I really am. So yeah, a little bit abstract, the clearing today, but yeah, that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm working with right now. I'm clearing the heart. The feeling that keeps coming up is like I'm a stranger. I'm a stranger in a world that I don't understand. There are all these things happening and I don't understand them. I'm not at home. Like I'm an alien to the world. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why bad things happen. I'm not used to bad things happening. So these events and these emotions leave a type of imprint on the body, and then we learn to be scared of the world, or like hyper vigilant to what happens around us. And this looks different for everyone, but it basically manifests as like this level of threat in the body, and that's what I'm clearing. So you feel like an alien to this planet. All right, something else is also coming in now. That this is part of a deeper intuition as well. But so the deeper intuition is present of what you know about yourself beyond this earthly incarnation. But then it also gets distorted by the pain of being here. So we're not clearing the intuition, we're not clearing the core feeling underneath, the knowing that you are something that is beyond this. We're leaving that because that is innate to you, but we're clearing the pain that has come of this understanding, or rather this feeling. And a lot of it is like, okay, so in this there's a lot of like lack of validation. So when you're born and you move through life, you're expected to understand how things work. You're expected to know that this is how things are. And what I'm seeing is this big disconnect. So this is also informing me about my audience. So the people who watch my videos have a connection to things that are beyond the earthly realm, let's say. Just taking a pause because there was a sudden influx of energy, so I'm just feeling it out. Wow. Yeah, wow, that was very strong. Okay, so yeah, it's informing me about my audience. And there's this disconnect because you know that you're kind of like, Earth feels foreign to you in some way. Like that's what's being shown. And events that happen here are feeling like they're disconnected from a deeper level of what you know about yourself. And then when these things happen, it creates like a type of friction, and it creates trauma. But then we're told and we're invalidated in a way that it's like, hey, look, everybody's doing it, or everybody's handling it, or everybody's experiencing it, so it's fine, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm clearing. So there's invalidation. So you've known something. You've known that you are not simply of this world for a long time. But these feelings have been, they haven't been honored because this incarnation is quite rough. It's very solid. It's very dense. And something within you knows and is familiar with a much softer experience, a much more holistic, peaceful, harmonious life. Clearing density in the heart. So because the heart is the center for unity, the heart is the one that takes the most strain from these experiences. There's so much energy coming through. There was a moment where like my head was spinning and that's when I paused. So there's a lot of power in this transmission. It's very strong. And I guess that maybe that's why it's been coming through for me for the past couple of days. And like it's slowly been, my system has been like acclimating to it, if that makes sense. Yeah, possibly because it was going to be very high frequency. So what I'm seeing now is a very, very bright light. Yeah, so this is the base transmission. So no further clearing is needed. It's informing me that the base transmission is going to clear just by its nature. So within the frequency that's to come, it has like a purifying quality that will touch each of these areas that are wounded by these experiences. All right. Let's see. Unbelievably strong. Okay. It's flowing to you as of now. Immediately, the beyond the veil quality, very strong, very palpable. I get this feeling of perspective, that this incarnation is just one of many. But I can feel there's a depth to this base transmission that I am yet to access in terms of explaining. So it's already flowing to you in full, but as always, my mind takes a while to understand everything that's happening. Relief comes in. The energy body feels relieved. So there's this perspective here now of what this incarnation really is. There's definitely a higher self element here, so that which knows the soul mission, but that's not the main focus, I don't think. It's like an aspect of it, but it's not the whole thing. There's a cosmic quality as well. Very, very palpable. That intuition that I was talking about, that we are not simply of this earthly realm, is also very strong. And this transmission is like honoring that. It feels like it's acknowledging that aspect. The root center just relaxed. It feels safer. Okay. This transmission is connecting you to a sense of home. And what I'm seeing is that this is going to feel different for everyone. But it's going to be an aspect of what you know about yourself on a deeper level. So those of you who have starseed connections, that nature will come forward. For those of you who find the feeling of home in the connection to the higher self, that is what's going to come forward for you. There's this strong feeling of understanding as well. Like I suddenly understand why I'm here, if that makes sense. But I don't know what that is in like the narrative. Like I can't say it, but I feel it, if that makes sense. I can feel why I'm here. And I can also feel I'm not just here. So I'm existing in multiple places, but when the earthly veil is thick, so this transmission is also dimming the veil of separation. So the earthly veil, when the veil is very thick and the illusion is very strong, we feel like we're only here. Like this is all there is. We're only here. We don't exist outside of this. And then those are the experiences that like kind of damage the system. So a lot of us are actually part of, you know, these groups, whether you want to call them like Starseed groups or in the law of one language, one would call it a social memory complex. And this transmission is basically connecting you to that frequency, your home frequency. And for those who do not resonate with these kinds of frameworks, it'll connect you to a different frequency. So if you find the frequency of home to be that of peace or that of a certain quality of enlightenment, that is what will manifest for you. System relaxed even more. And with this transmission, there's also information coming in. So some of you will receive, you could receive visions or a message or something from this frequency of home. Yeah, and I don't want to say that Earth is not our home. You know, it is our home, and ultimately home is wherever you are. But this frequency is validating that which knows itself as beyond this and has been invalidated a lot throughout its lifetime here. It's also clearing the denial of that. So there's basically as part of the earthly veil, there's a built-in mechanism that denies certain intuitions. Like, oh, I'm just making things up or I'm imagining things. That's one of them. So it's clearing these so that the connection to this home becomes more palpable. Yeah, it's just showing me that so many of us feel like aliens here. We don't feel like we can easily assimilate the events that occur here. They shock us or they hurt us, or there's like this sensitivity too that comes along with being this type of like person or incarnating in this way. So you can consider this transmission like a letter from home. And it's highly personal. Like even I'm receiving my own version of what this transmission is bringing forward. So I'm also bringing the sensitivity in and receptivity to be able to receive anything that you need right now from anyone or anything or any frequency that wants to connect with you. Because the earth incarnation can feel very isolating. That's another aspect. We feel very cut off, but we don't know why. So this is why, because in effect we are we are cut off. And yes, we're being helped all the time. You know, there are guides and angels and all kinds of light beings, and we know that. But the nature of the veil is such that we don't perceive it like that. We don't perceive it until we begin to penetrate the veil of separation, and then we start to feel the presence of guides, and even then it's something that can like come and go at first. So that this transmission is also doing that. It's like strengthening that connection, that cosmic connection, so that you're reminded of what you are. And you're kind of reminded of, like, I want to say, like, your soul family, although it sounds a bit cliche, because it's something that's so overused, but I mean it very literally. So what you are beyond this body, you're just this body for now. But it's not your native form. And a lot of us know that, we can feel it. And one would think that, you know, encountering this type of feeling would make one feel more disconnected from the earth, the incarnation, but it's actually the reverse effect. So it's like when you know you're not alone, when you can feel that connection to home, you can actually play more fully in this this earthly play, because you can remember that it's not what it seems. But when it all feels very real, and when we feel disconnected from our cosmic nature and our cosmic family, like, that's the real illusion. It can feel so much healing in the heart. There's so much here, it's almost difficult to like describe everything. And this is like the magic of the transmission. One doesn't have to go into, you know, past life regression, or you don't have to like get a reading. I mean, you can obviously if you want to, but all of that is, it's toward this feeling, it's toward the frequency of home. We want to find out about what we are beyond this so that we can feel at home. So this frequency, can't even speak, this frequency just brings it directly to you. Okay, the energy asked to get stronger, and I said yes, so it's going to get stronger now. So this transmission is very interesting. It's also acting as a portal or a type of messenger. So it's connecting you to what you need to hear, or what wants to be said to you, or what wants to be conveyed. So it's not always going to be in words. It could just be in a feeling, like maybe you suddenly feel a bit supported, or you feel more peaceful. And these are inputs that are being received from basically beyond this planet, or at least beyond this sphere of incarnation. And this actually also means that this particular transmission is not static. It's an open pathway, basically. So you'll be able to watch this like in a few months from now and receive new information. Because all it is a pathway. So basically I'm opening a pathway between you and home. What a special one. Okay, I'll seal up the energy field now. Thank you.